Good morning, my dear students. How are you? Hope you all are keeping well. Now, I welcome you all to my today's class. I am Songjukta Pal Choitali, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Government Bangla College, Dhaka. Today, we are going to meet here for a different reason. Do you know? Can you tell me what is the reason? My dear students, yes, due to COVID-19, that is coronavirus, we are meeting online. If the situation were normal, we would have been in our classroom. But now, the situation is different. We are not in a position to attend the classroom, to attend the classes in the classroom. Due to COVID-19 or coronavirus, online classes have been arranged for you under the dynamic leadership of our respected principal, Professor Dr. Firdausi Khan, and our respected Vice Principal, Professor Muhammad Jahangir Hussain. They have taken this initiative to continue your classes. You are aware that coronavirus is now a global pandemic. Every day, all over the world, many people are getting infected. In this regard, we should follow the guidelines of our government as well as WHO, that is World Health Organization. We should wear masks. Why? Because it will protect ourselves from the disease, from the virus. We should wash our hands repeatedly because our hands are the most vulnerable parts of our body. We should keep social distance. So, we should be careful all the time. It is also heard that the second wave of COVID-19, that is coronavirus, is knocking at the door. So, we should be more careful regarding this issue. Now, let us turn our attention to our today's discussion. Today, we will discuss traffic education. The name of the unit is traffic education. It is taken from your textbook, that is English for Today. And lesson 1 deals with how your brain negotiates traffic. Now, let's start. First of all, we will discuss what do you mean by traffic. Traffic refers to all the vehicles that are moving along the roads in a particular area. It consists of pedestrians, animals, vehicles, streetcars, buses, and other conveyances, either singly or together, while using the public way for the purposes of travel. Traffic also refers to the people and goods that are being transported. So, by traffic we mean the vehicles with people and also with goods that are moving along the roads. Now, what is traffic education? What is traffic education? Traffic education means education on traffic rules. All the rules and regulations related to driving on roads and streets are incorporated here. Traffic education is essential for whom? Dear students, traffic education is essential for drivers and also the pedestrians. If the drivers and pedestrians do not know the rules of traffic, what will happen? There may cause fatal accidents on the road. Traffic rules help us to protect ourselves when we are on the road. To learn about traffic safety is the purpose of traffic education. So, by traffic education, we mean the education related to traffic rules. We all need to know the rules and regulations of traffic education. Why? Because we know the rules of traffic safety. It will help us to protect ourselves from fatal road accidents. We have to abide by the rules. Unless we follow the rules, we will fall into danger. So, for our safety, we all should be aware of the traffic education. If we do not follow the traffic rules, what will happen? Yes, dear students, look at the screen. There creates a huge traffic jam on the road. So, why do we learn about traffic education? Have a look at the screen. Because of road safety, we should learn about traffic education. We need to be aware about the road safety because it prevents the road users from being killed or seriously injured. The knowledge of road safety can help us to save our lives. Now, we should learn the rules of traffic education. We should learn the rules of traffic education. There are 6 important rules of traffic education. Number 1, stay alert. We have to be alert. We have to be conscious all the time when we are on the road. Next point, never drive under the influence. What does it mean? Dear students, driving under the influence is a very serious offense. It refers to operating a vehicle while someone is drunk or alcoholic. It can cause serious harm to our lives. So, it is said that never drive under the influence. Now, next point. Make adjustment for weather. If you encounter bad weather, a driver should do the following. What are they? Slow down. Number 2, turn on lights and wipers. And number 3, increase the distance between the driver himself and the car in front of him. So, it is the duty of a driver to make adjustment for weather. Now, next point, don't use cell phone while driving. It's a very important issue. The drivers should not talk on cell phones while they are driving, because it increases the risk of accidents on the roads. The cell phone conversation distract the driver's concentration, distract the concentration of the driver. As a result, what will happen? As a result, it leads to more car crashes or more road accidents. Number 5, obey speed limit. There are reasons to regulate the speed on roads. It is done to reduce road accidents and to improve road traffic safety. Follow traffic signal. The last point, both the drivers and the pedestrians must follow traffic signals. So these are the 6 important rules of traffic education. Next, 3 colors of traffic signals. What are they? Red, yellow and green. Now, the significance of traffic lights. Traffic signals light play a significant role in the movement of traffic. These traffic lights control the flow and movement of the traffic in order to maintain the decorum. So there are 3 colors of traffic lights: red, yellow and green. The different colors of lights tell the drivers what to do. Now, the meaning of traffic signal lights. Red for stop, green for go or act, and yellow for what? Yellow for think or proceed with caution. Red has been used for centuries to indicate what? Red indicates danger. Yellow signifies warning and green means go. Now let's start reading the text. Dear students, do you have your textbook? That is English for today. If you don't have, please collect it as soon as possible from your nearest bookshop. Now, The first sentence starts with, when you are in the driving seat of a car, you have the steering and the horn in your hands, the brake and accelerator under your feet, eyes open looking ahead, left and right. The same can be said about a motorcycle rider with some modifications. These are all very visible. So, what does it mean? You imagine yourself as a driver of your own car. You have the steering and the horn under the control of your hands. Then you have the brake and accelerator under the control of your feet. You have your eyes open, looking ahead, also left and right. Same thing happens when you ride on a motorcycle. So, all these parts or all these machines of the vehicle can be seen. We can see them. That is, they work visibly. They work visibly. But behind all, there is something that keeps working unseen, and that is the Central Processing Unit, CPU. Your brain. CPUs are artificially intelligent machines that are programmed to do specific jobs under fixed conditions and judgments. But behind all these machineries, there is one thing which cannot be seen, which we cannot see, which works invisibly, and that is CPU, that is Central Processing Unit, the human brain. Here, human brain is compared to CPU. CPU is, in a computer, a man-made machine which works under the command of human being, and it does some specific jobs according to a man's will. Next, but the human brain is intelligent by nature. It is the most sophisticated machine that is able to operate on ever-changing conditions and standards of judgments. So, what does it mean? CPU is artificially intelligent, but human brain is naturally intelligent. Human brain is a refined, modern, advanced kind of machine. It works according to the needs of the people. It works according to the judgments of the people. Now, the next sentence. As conditions in the traffic keep invariably changing, this virtue of sophistication of your brain must be at work when you are driving. So, human brain is the most powerful and strong machine. It can always cope with the ever-changing traffic situation. So, when you are driving, your brain indicates you what to do, what not to do, and how to do. So you just follow the instruction given by your brain. Next, the difference. The difference between traffic in the roads and highways and racing circuit must not be blurring inside you. Now, what we have to understand the difference here between the traffic in the roads and the racing circuit. A racing circuit is only for the racing vehicles. For the racing vehicles. And the public roads are for moving from one place to another. Moving from one place to another. Now, Michael Schumacher, the racer. Never imagine yourself to be a Michael Schumacher driving an F1 at 300 miles per hour. Leave no room for fantasy. So what does it mean? Michael Schumacher, a famous racer, is driving his racing car at 300 miles per hour. Here, the mentionable thing is that you cannot imagine yourself as Michael Schumacher when you are driving a car. That is, you never drive your car at 300 miles per hour. Now have a look at the screen. This is Michael Schumacher in his racing circuit. He is driving his car, racing car, at 300 miles per hour. Next sentence. You must always be ready to encounter unexpected behavior from any vehicle or pedestrian. Keep your cool is easy to advise but difficult to maintain. Still, you must always restrain yourself because at the end of the day, you don't want to be regarded as a killer. So when you drive on the road, you may face many unexpected behavior from the vehicles and also pedestrians. So who are the pedestrians, dear students? The persons who go on foot or the walkers. Unexpected behavior means suddenly they come in front of your car to cross the road. At that moment, you have to keep your brain cool. It's not so easy to keep your brain cool at that very moment, but you have to do it because you are the human being. You must not be a killer. So, you must bring yourself under control. You must not consider yourself as an evildoer or as a killer. The last sentence of this chapter. Now you see the last thing that differentiates you from a computer is your conscience. So, what does it mean? The most valuable thing is your conscience. Here lies the difference between a human being and a computer. A human being has his conscience, but a computer doesn't have. Conscience means the inner sense of morality or the sense of principles or the sense of ethics. That is the sense of what is right and what is wrong. A computer cannot understand what is right or what is wrong, but a human being can understand because he has the conscience. Now, some new words to learn from this chapter. Steering, a wheel by which a car is directed. Accelerator, a part which is pressed down to make the vehicle go faster. Modification, correction or redoing or change. Sophisticated means highly developed or refined or advanced or modern. Keep one's cool. What does it mean? It means remain calm and quiet or remain patient. Invariably means constantly or always. Blur. It means make obscure or confuse. Fantasy. What does it mean? Imagination or hallucination. Encounter. It means confront or come across. Restrain. It means protect or guard or bring under control. Now, make sentences with these new words. Number 1, sophisticated. The engineer shows how to operate the sophisticated system. Invariably. The train is invariably late. Number 3, fantasy. Her fantasy is to be a film star. Pedestrian. Look out for pedestrians when you drive a car. Convince. I am convinced that he is innocent. Driving seat. When you are in the driving seat, keep your brain cool. And the last one, unseen. Some unseen birds sang in the trees above us. Now, let's do some exercises. In your question paper of English first paper, you have MCQ questions for question number 1. There is a passage for you taken from your textbook, that is English for Today. 5 MCQ questions are set for you from the passage and you have to answer all those. Here you will get 5 marks. Now some sample questions are for you. What is a steering used for? 4 options are for you. Speeding, stopping, changing speed and directing. What will be the correct answer, my dear students? Correct answer will be number 4, that is directing. The second question is, what is the function of the accelerator? The options are charging battery, enhancing speed, stopping, controlling. And the correct answer will be the second one, that is enhancing speed. Now the third question. Which organ is the word visible associated with? Ear, nose, eyes or hands? So what will be the correct answer, my dear students? Correct answer will be the third one, that is eyes. The word sophisticated here means complex, primitive, modern, refined, and the correct answer will be the last option, that is number 4, refined. Now Michael Schumacher is a Hollywood hero, German racing driver, English footballer, Australian cricketer. So who is Michael Schumacher? Dear students, yes, the correct answer will be number 2, that is German racing driver. Now, from the same passage, you have to answer 5 open-ended questions. Marks will be 10, that is 5 into 2 is equal to 10. So let's do it. Some open-ended questions. Number 1, what do you see? Where do you see the difference between other human organs and the brain? So the answer is that the difference between other human organs and the brain is that the human brain works silently, or it keeps working unseen, but the other human organs work visibly. Number 2, what is the difference between a computer and the human brain? The difference between a computer and the human brain is that a computer works on the basis of the command given by its whom? Given by its operator. But the human brain works naturally or spontaneously. Now the third question, what is a CPU? What are its functions? CPU is an abbreviated form of what? I think you can answer me. That is Central Processing Unit. So CPU is an artificially intelligent machine that is programmed to do some specific jobs under fixed conditions and judgments. Number 4, what are the main challenges facing a driver? So the answer is that the main challenges or the main obstacles facing a driver when he is driving on the roads or on the streets are to encounter unexpected behavior from any vehicle or any pedestrian. So who is the pedestrian? The person who goes on foot. His brain must be cool to face this kind of situation. Whose brain? The driver's brain must be cool to face this kind of situation. Next, what is a racing circuit? The answer is that a racing circuit is a track built for racing of vehicles, racing of animals, or athletes. Now the last question, how is a racing circuit different from a public road? The difference between a racing circuit and a public road is that a racing circuit tends to have obstacles. So a racing circuit tends to have some obstacles and walls close to the outer limits of the track, while the other has wide expanses. So what do you mean by the other? The other is a public road. A public road has wide expanses of runoff. Again, there is no public access to a racing circuit during competition. So, there is no public access to a racing circuit during competition. Now, this is your homework. Number 1, MCQ questions, and number 2, open-ended questions. These two are your homework, home task. So you please complete the home task. So this is all for today. Thank you very much, my dear students. I think this chapter is now clear to you. I have tried to make you understand this chapter, this topic of traffic education. Even then, if you have any problem, please write in the comment box. I will try to solve your problem. Please remember one thing, that is, this is a completely different kind of platform of learning. So you need to cope up with this situation, with this new kind of classroom. You need to be habituated with this new classroom. So get involved in your studies and be regular. Thank you very much, my dear students. Stay safe, stay well, take care of yourself, and goodbye.